Hey, what's up, guys? As promised, hey, check it out. Thanks for doggone peeping this video, but it's gonna be a little bit of a rant episode, but I'm gonna keep it nice, short, and precise as possible. All right, this video here is all about expressing what happened in League Number 2 this past week. All right, the one I lost 88 to 98 in, moved down to ninth place, but still in striking range for the playoffs. Here's the issue, guys. In my last video, I let you guys know my stance on not drafting. I'm sorry, trading, and just having a certain amount of decorum and moral compass as it pertains to fantasy football. I'm not saying everybody has to think of it and do things my way, all right, and have my mindset. Some people get off, you know what I'm saying, and on screwing people over. But that's just not me, all right? Some people get off and happy-go-lucky. We're doing buddy-buddy trades, buddy-buddy transaction. That's not me, all right? My boy Drake, all right? We've been, he's a brother to me, essentially. He's best friends since sixth grade, like a brother. Just a brother from another mother and daddy. Me and him were rivals in fantasy football. I'm laying this out here to show you this. We're rivals in fantasy football. We've always been rivals in fantasy football. So whenever we played, we were always, we had a certain code. He wasn't about trying to help me, and I wasn't about trying to help him. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is my brother, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. So, it's like, there is no buddy-buddy when it comes to fantasy football. We're not trying to screw each other over either, but we want to bring the best out of each other. It's always been like that. It's not like that in other leagues. And in the Sky's the Limit League, although I'm thankful because I think overall it's a very good league, okay? But just certain things that are within the league that has happened in the league, even before I got in it last year, which was my first year, the year when I went to the championship game and lost by like 20 points or something like that. It's just certain things about it that I don't like. All right, I'm going to talk about it. Now, first I want to talk about, you guys know, I play with my YouTube content. It was one person in each league, in the first league and the second league, that knew of my YouTube channel. One person. So they were watching my mock drafts and watching my content, so they know who I liked and everything else. And again, I did this for you guys. I was like, I'm not going to hold back on what I say and how I feel because they're going to be, checking out my players and sniping me like they were. And they were sniping the hell out of me. Just like you can see in my first going postal, I don't have Ramondre Stevenson. And somebody else that sniped. I can't remember who it was, but Ramondre Stevenson, he was on my top five, my fantasy 5 type list, as far as people that was going to break out and have a great year. But they knew when I was going to pick him, and there was a couple other players. So it's hard to play against people that know you're going to get sniped, that they're going to snipe you. But I didn't care about that. Because again, like I said before, I feel like, I'm doing this for you guys, not because, I need to add to my fantasy catalog. You guys seen the trophy, which is essentially my trophy from Fly Like Nigga because I have the most names on there. So I needed to add it to my catalog. But I'm going to be honest with you, it's difficult, and it's not even fun anymore to play fantasy football knowing people you're playing against watching your content. Not in going postal, not much of an issue, even though I got sniped in that one. And my boy Russ, that I went to the Jacksonville game with, me, Dre, and Russ, he definitely, he holds no bar, holds nothing back. He you say something and it makes sense, I'm going to snatch him or whatever. But it's all good. I understand what it is with Russ. That's my boy. But when it comes down to the second league, which is Sky's the Limit, it's a different issue. All right? Now, my boy Tyrone, he is Andre. Tyrone's like a brother to me too now. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. He's my boy Dre, best friend from the 6th grade. He's his older brother. All right. So I'm in Tyrone's league with him and his little clique, and they had their league in its existence, 8-9 years or something like that, whatever. I've heard of so many stories that have happened in this league, so much of tomfoolery and stuff like that. But I felt like I wouldn't worry about it because I wasn't playing in it. But they offered me to get in, last year. Something kind of small happened, but it wasn't no biggie. I kind of detached for a minute. Just something I wasn't about. I'm not going to get into that. But this year, Tyrone knew about my channel, Flawless Fantasy Football. Nobody else over there knew about it. So the other 10 competitors, because it's 12-man half-point PPR league, didn't know about it in the Sky's the Limit League. It's some guy called Fantasy Profit or something like that. He's a smaller channel, probably a little bit bigger than mine or whatever. But I'm not real about subscribers like that. Fantasy Football Profit, some type of deal. You know what I'm saying? And somebody in the group in Sky's the Limit asked Tyrone, "Hey, is that profit? Is that the profit over there? You know what I'm saying, for Fantasy Football YouTube? You know what I'm saying, thing?" They said my last name though. They said Blake. They said, is that Blake YouTube channel? I heard something about whatever. So instead of Tyrone said no, nah, that ain't his channel or whatever. He freaking, I don't know if I want to say obliviously. He said, "Oh no, that ain't Blake channel. Blake Flawless Fantasy, his channel Flawless Fantasy Football." So all of a sudden, next thing you know, someone posted up a picture in the group, and cause we got in that league, it's not like a league chat, it's a Facebook group, not a Facebook group, league messenger. So everybody, chats and and trash talk and do all that type of stuff within the Facebook Messenger group for Sky's the Limit. So they posted up some of my content, and then one of the guys, I think it's Thomas. You know what I'm saying? He ended up subscribing to my channel, and I appreciate him because he said he enjoyed the channel, enjoyed the content, this, that, and other. But I'm like, so now everybody in Scott, this happened. Well, not mind you, I didn't mention nothing about this. This happened, if this is week 11, this happened like week 5. This happened well over a month and a half ago. Maybe even week 4. So basically, all my competitors had access and knowledge of my fantasy football channel. How can I effectively put forth a good lineup, effectively be competitive, when Tyrone sat up here and blurred all that up? Now, and I'm like, so I got on the phone with him and I was like, "Hey man, how do you know about my channel?" And he was like, "Oh, well, somebody asked in the group, somebody asked Tyrone, which is Andre's older brother, he asked, how is Blake on Flawless Fantasy? Is Blake on the Fantasy Football Profit thing on YouTube?" He's like, no, Blake Flawless Fantasy Football. So I asked him, like, why would you tell him that? He said, "Oh, I don't know, it just kind of came out." Like, that's your fucking answer? Now listen, I ain't get all up in arms about it because I know Tyrone. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. But I'm like, there's no type of decency, no type of in your mind to be like, you know what? He don't want nobody to be knowing his whole fucking competitors, knowing his freaking fantasy football. His competitors, all of them, to know a thing. So yeah, the league will try to make the playoffs in this number 2 league. They've known my friend had access to my content for the last. Do that mean I'd have won more games or less games? No, but my point is, I'm telling you that that's the case, and this is what I have to deal with. And I didn't mention nothing about it. I just kept plugging along. But here's the issue I have. The main issue right now, the point of this video. I'm going to try to probably put it on the screen, hopefully. But after week 10, I was in ninth place. And I'm currently sitting in ninth place. The commissioner, his name is, well, I'm going to just say his team name. Detroit Queen is at the bottom. All right? Now, that's a guy. I think he just renamed his team. He was Lamarvelous or something. He had Lamar Jackson. You know, this league is a really high trading league. You know what I'm saying? They like to be like, what have you done for me lately? If somebody blew up on your team, they're trying to submit trades to get them. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. And actually, he had a real good team, but he traded his way into a whole bunch of losses. So he knows it's not going to, he doesn't have a chance to make the playoffs. I believe he's like 2-8 or something like that. Okay, that was Detroit Queen. I forget what his, again, I think he done changed the name like 2 or 3 times already. He told his team the Detroit Queens because I guess they're not performing, so that's his way of chastising them. But nevertheless, this dude is the commissioner of the league. That's in 12th place. All right? His brother, he has 2 brothers in the league. And his brother is in 11th place. He's also 4-6. He's the one I'm playing this week, week 11. And I'm not going to say his name, but his team's name is All or Nothing, which is in 11th place. The waivers, and Niner Nation was in 10th, and Team Profit was in 9th. Starting the waivers. So first pick went to the 12th team, which is the commissioner. The 11th pick was going to his brother. He was the second pick. And then the 10th pick, and then the 9th pick, or the 4th pick would have been mine because it goes up from 12 all the way up to 1, right? Right. Well, during the waivers, this guy also, during the waiver process, when it went, Team Detroit Queen, which is the commissioner, and his brother is in 11th place, which has the second waiver pick. Oh, my bad. The commissioner Detroit Queen picked up David Njoku. First, let me stop there. Who was the major pickup? The main pickup in free agencies for the most part in fantasy football this week? For last week? Obviously, Christian Watson, right? So in a league where wide receivers pop off and you can easily pick somebody up, you're going to pick up the hot commodity right away to try to trade them, finesse them, do something or whatever, even if not use them yourself. He picks up David Njoku. The next pick, number 2 team, which is brother, is next on waivers, picked up Christian Watson. Then the number 10, the third person on waivers didn't pick anybody out and believed in. I got Nico Collins. Here's my issue. Not only did I have to go against Henry on Thursday, but this was before that, because I made calls and stuff. I was like, this seems very damn fishy. The person that scored 3 touchdowns last week, the commissioner of the league, gonna not draft him and pick up a questionable David Njoku and not pick up Christian Watson and let his brother, one of his brothers, because he has 2 brothers in the league, by the way, if I didn't mention, pick up Christian Watson to play against me or anybody else. So I felt some type of way. Of course, Christian Watson have 19 half point PPR points, and I had to play Derrick Henry, and he had to play like 27. So my point is, it seemed type of fishy and real buddy-ish. Well, I'm out of it, so I'm going to let my brother get the Christian Watson. And I don't like that. I wouldn't do that. My brother I could have been in 12th, and my brother could have had 11th. You ain't getting Christian Watson. I don't give a damn who you're playing. I'm going to pick up the person I'm supposed to pick up. And I'll trade him to you if you offer me something good, but I'm not just going to give him to you. That's how this league works. Now, I talked to a couple people about it, made some phone calls. They're like, yeah, that's fishy. They're just blah, blah. And I was like, no, it ain't just fishy. That's how it is. So I said, I'm going to wait till next week and see if he's going to pick up. I'm going to wait to see if he pick up the next person. Because even if he wins this week, the bottom person, which is the commissioner, he'll still be in last place. I'm making this video already, so I'm probably now he'll probably change it. But I'm gonna see. I was gonna. I'm gonna just see what he said. What he does next week. Now, if he picks up the best person on waiver next week, it's gonna confirm to me. But no, I didn't even have to wait that long. So I dropped Joshua Palmer in that league because I had picked up Miko Collins and Ben Scarnett, and didn't want to play Josh Palmer no more. Now watch you have a great night tonight. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. This Sunday. So I dropped Joshua Palmer probably after waivers. Tuesday night, Monday morning he was dropped. How about Wednesday, he goes and picks up Josh Palmer. Held on to him for a day, then dropped Josh Palmer to pick up, I believe, Pittsburgh defense. Wait, when I saw that, I'm like, wait a effing minute. You want Josh effing Palmer and you go and pick him up, but you didn't want Christian Dammit Watson? That confirmed my shenanigans. And it just don't sit well with me. Listen, I know BS happens, and I'm going to show you the screenshot if I haven't showed it already. I know BS happens in fantasy leagues all the time. But it's something about it if you know it. Not only have you heard past stuff, but you also heard it also when it affects you. Just get a little backdrop. It's something else I heard. Like they'd be trading kickers for, hey, give me your kicker and I'll give you this person and then you trade it back to me the next week and all this stuff. I'm not saying people can't do it. I don't like it. My boy Tyrone did it over there. I don't like it. We didn't play those games and fly like an eagle back in the day. You want to trade something and you might want it back later, you got to hold them for 3 weeks. That was the bylaw rule. Ain't no buddy shenanigans, freaking Bush League crap. Was the league perfect, Fly King? No. But it's probably the most perfect one I've ever seen and I've ever played it, to be totally honest with you. So I have an issue because he picked David Njoku and let his brother have Christian Watson. Now, Christian Watson put up 19 against me. He could have easily picked up Paris Campbell or somebody else that might do actually good this week. Maybe Nico Collins or I don't know, whoever else he would have probably possibly picked up. But knowing he picked up Christian Watson and Christian Watson put up nearly 20 points on me, I have an issue with it. I'm going to give you a little backdrop of the story what happened one time. I'm going to tell you how shenanigans this is. I don't give a shit if they get upset about it. It's the truth and they know it. Again, I ain't knocking the league. Everybody got their damn thing, but I don't like it. Shouldn't have happened to me, and that's my freaking issue with it. This is what happened here. This is, I don't know, man. This happened like, this is in their league. The sky's the limit league. Like, Tyrone, the one I'm connected with in this league, you know, that's like a brother to me. That's Andre's older brother. I had to say that so maybe you guys kind of understand. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever a little bit. One day, it was Tyrone and this long. I wasn't in it because, like I say, last year was my first year. I think it was a slow live draft or something at the time. I believe, I'm not sure. And or maybe no, maybe it was a fast live draft, and maybe someone wasn't in a position to be able to draft. Tyrone wasn't in a position to draft, so he or maybe it was a slow live. I'm not sure, but I do know that he was on the clock. And the commissioner, Detroit Queen, who's him and Tyrone the homeboys, asked Tyrone. I mean, Tyrone's like, "Hey, it was Tyrone's on the clock." So the commissioner, which is Detroit Queen, called him and said, "Hey, you're on the clock." So Tyrone said, "Hey, is this guy available? Because I want him. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever, draft him for me." The commissioner said, "No, he's not available. He's gone already." Something to that effect. So Tyrone said, "Okay, well, give me this person." All right, you sure? Go, yeah, drafted this person. Well, guess what? When it went back around, as soon as it got back to the commissioner, he drafted a person that initially Tyrone wanted. He knew that person was still available, but he told his homeboy he wasn't available. And drafted him. Anyway, now he tried to make it right and tried to give it back to him or trade it back to him for free, but the damage was already done. I'm hearing this third person, but I understand this is true because I've heard it from Tyrone and I've heard it from Tyrone brother Drake. All right? So, now granted, people make mistakes, just like I made a trading mistake when I spoke about that in my last video. But I never cross somebody and do it like that. That's the type of stuff. I never take fantasy football that serious to where I would say, hey, no, this guy's not available. I'm just giving you a little bit of backdrop how this league is and how type of things that happen. Now, again, it doesn't mean this is a bad league, but I'm just saying I don't deal with it. I don't like to stress over it. And I don't like to be upset because I feel like some BS happened against me. Sorry I made this video so long. Let me know what you guys think. Was that shady? Do I have a little reason to gripe? At the end of the day, it is a team game. I put forth the best team. And I'm gonna see what, and I'll let you guys know what happened. But I'm not too sure if I want to play in this league next year. I'm not too sure because I don't want to deal with this type of nonsense. I don't want to deal with the buddy system. I'm gonna play it out. I'm not gonna try to sabotage the league or do nothing stupid because that's not my MO. Even though I was pretty upset about it, just let it play out. But let me know what you guys think. You know what I'm saying? As you guys obviously know, because I showed the receipts that obviously he was looking for wide receiver help, so why can't pass up on Christian Watson? He did it because he wanted his brother to have him, which affects me. Maybe he's just upset because I pounded him out week 1, but nevertheless, shouldn't have happened. Like, comment, subscribe, drop comments, let me know what you think about the video or what happened. Peace.